welcome back to my channel. Today I have my 2017 favorites, and I have been trying to get this filmed for the last couple of weeks now. It is like the middle of January, but it's not too late to share all of my favorites with you guys, so I hope that you are excited to see what I have to talk about today. I have a lot of products to go through, so we will just jump right in. So this is probably my first video of 2018, so I thought I would do a couple like house cleaning type comments, but the first one being that yes, I lightened my hair and I'm really liking it. I did a little bit, darker at the top so that way it can grow out a little bit naturally without having to go get it done all the time. I'm really enjoying it. Just something a little bit new for the new year. You know what they say, new year, new me. So that's what I did. And then secondly, I'm really excited because this year at my work, we are going to a new work schedule where I will get every other Friday off, which means I have more time to film videos for you guys. I know I've been a little bit MIA. It's really just because I have been spending more time doing things with friends and family, and I had just been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with trying to maintain a schedule. So I'm hoping that this extra day will really help me get those videos filmed for you all. So that will be happening this year as well. So you will be sure to see more from me. And then thirdly, today I am home from work because it's a snow day. Like, I'm in Houston and it's snowing, which is really awesome. They closed down the roads because it gets like super icy and slippery here. We don't necessarily like prep very well for weather like this since it's pretty like unusual to have. So everybody is just home and I figured I would get some filming in. I would make good use of this time for you all. I totally forgot one more little comment is I have a new lens on my camera. My boyfriend was very sweet and got me the new lens, or a new lens for my camera for Christmas, so I'm really excited. This one is the Sony 35mm, I believe, and it just allows for a little bit better like depth. The background is a little bit blurrier and it's just a little bit better quality than the original like kit lens I was using. So hopefully you guys notice the difference in the quality of the video. So those are the couple of house cleaning comments that I wanted to bring up with you all, and now we're just gonna go right into our 2017 favorites. Let's see, what should we start with? I'm thinking let's start with hair care because I don't have a ton to talk about, so we can just get that right out of the way. I have two different sort of like styling creams to talk about that I really loved in 2017. The first one I used most of the year, and the second one was sort of like the second half of the year it came along. So this is the Briogeo Rosarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. Is what I used for most of the year. I really loved this product. It just really smooths out your hair and helps protect, like a heat protectant. I am not a huge like hair product person. I just don't like to put a lot of stuff into my hair because I don't like it to feel weighed down. It's very fine. I have a lot of hair, but it is very fine. So I don't like to use a lot of products, and this just gives me that heat protectant that I need, but also that styling cream that gives me some shine and smoothness to my strands. So I really do love this, and it smells really great. It just smells like kind of fresh. I don't know how to describe it, but I really enjoy this one. The second product I actually got in a box of style, and this is the Oribe Super Shine Light Moisturizing Cream, and this is what I have been using pretty much the last few months. I would say since, I guess this came in the fall box, so pretty much since fall I've been using this. And you can't go wrong with Oribe. It's a great brand. I actually use this in my hair today. It just adds a little bit of shine, a little bit of hold to your hair. And I'm not sure if this one is also I don't think that this one is also like a heat protectant, but I I really do like it. It does sort of similar things as this one, but I will say that this one is obviously cheaper than the Oribe alternative, but they are both really great. So if you're somebody who has finer hair or doesn't like a lot of products in their hair, or they just want to use one product, I would go with something like this. I think I only have one other hair product that I really wanted to talk about, and that is sort of like a brand along with this product, and that is eSalon. So for the most part, I have had my hair, I've lightened it over the summer, like maybe May, June time, I can't remember, and I had the balayage, or however you want to say it, done on my hair, and it wasn't quite as light as this, but it was a little bit lighter. But I was touching up my roots myself with my color, and the color that I use is from the brand eSalon. So it's like a custom mix of hair color that they send to you however frequently you need it, and I really like it. So I have not done it since I lightened my hair this time, but I will have to because my roots are already kind of getting a little gray. I do have a little gray, so I have to cover that up. And this product is my go-to for covering up sort of those grays in between when I color, and also whenever you just feel like maybe your hair is a little piecey and you're getting those, like, you're seeing like skin come through, you know, it just makes your hair look a little bit thinner. You can use this to give it a little bit illusion of thickness. So basically you just spray this, you know, up here along your root line, and it will help conceal any grays. And then also whenever I put my hair back like in a ponytail, I get, you know, like this right here. I've always had that, like my, I don't know what you call that, if that's just like a widow's peak or something, but basically I will spray it here, and it'll sort of fill in my hairline. So this is like my secret little product that I use that I think works really well. A lot of people use similar things like this. You'll find out that people use little sprays, or they'll take an eyeshadow and sort of fill that in. It's just sort of like an old trick that people do. Really inexpensive as well. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and save my makeup products for last. So I'm going to go into skincare next. To bring up one body care product that I have been obsessed with for years now, and it's just a really great sort of shower product. I don't know, it's a shower oil. I'm like, I don't know what this is. It's a shower oil from L'Occitane, and it is their almond oil. Yeah. So this one is empty. I just wanted to be able to show y'all because I haven't repurchased this yet. I need to actually order it. You can order refills, which is what I probably will do. It's just cheaper. You can refill, you know, your existing bottle that you have. But this is like my holy grail shower product. It just smells so good, and it also makes your skin so soft. And I love using it for shaving my legs because I have really sensitive skin, so I can't just use like regular soap or shave gel, or really like, it's just very particular. Oils usually work best for my skin. So this is my go-to because it's not too thick. It's not like gloopy or anything. It's just really nice, and it lathers really easily as well. So this is my favorite body product. So then I want to talk about my favorite face wash, and if you've watched my channel you can probably guess what it is, and it is from Korres, and it is the Greek Yogurt Facial Foaming Cream Cleanser. And this is a favorite of mine because it does a fantastic job of taking off all of your makeup without stripping your face or making it feel really dried out, which is a plus for me. I have oily skin, but also it can get a little bit dried out at times. You know, you don't want your skin, if you have oily skin, you don't want it to overproduce oil because you're like constantly stripping it and trying to get rid of the oil. Then it'll just produce more. So you want something that is going to cleanse your skin really well, but not strip your face of like lots of your natural oils. And for me, this is my go-to product. I love this. I've repurchased it many times over the last like 2 years probably. This is when I think I first found this product. The next products I have is kind of a 3-step system that I have been using. I bought this a while back and I used it a little bit and then kind of just didn't like it at first. It kind of made me break out at first, and so I kind of was drawn away from it, and I ended up picking it back up over the summer, and I've been using it a couple of times a week since then, and I've really noticed a difference with my skin. I think I just had to get past that like couple weeks of breakouts. But it is the Paula's Choice. This is a 3-step, so it's the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA liquid with salicylic acid. And you use this first and you put it on like a cotton pad and you put it all over your face, and this is supposed to help exfoliate your skin. And it says that it creates radiant, even toned skin, reduces redness, and builds collagen, unclogs and diminishes enlarged pores. So I really have been enjoying that one. And then the second step is the Resist Intensive Wrinkle Repair Retinol Serum. And this is meant to repair wrinkles and sun damage, build skin firming collagen, and reduces dark spots. So that is step 2. And then step 3 is the Resist Barrier Repair Moisturizer with Retinol. And this is a light lotion that minimizes signs of aging, provides firmer looking skin, and smooths the appearance of wrinkles. So really, all of these are meant to help like even your skin tone and help with wrinkles and firmness of your skin, which, let's face it, the older that we get, these are things that we need more. And I am approaching 30 in like a year and a half, so gotta start this stuff now. I've been thinking this year that I want to invest in more like medical grade skincare. So if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. Just the older I get, I feel like I need something that has a little bit more power in it, and I've just been looking into that. So once I finish up using some of my existing skincare I have, I kind of want to get into that. If you have any suggestions, leave that down in the comments. Moving back on to the skincare that I loved in 2017, I have this product here, which the cap looks absolutely disgusting, but just don't pay attention to that. This is the Greek Yogurt Advanced Nourishing Sleeping Facial, and I've gone through several of these over the past couple of years really, but this is like my favorite nighttime moisturizer. It's very thick, very rich, and it just absorbs into your skin really nicely and just makes it feel very hydrated without it feeling super sticky. You know, so you're not going to go to bed and like feel like your skin is stuck to your pillow or something. It really does saturate into your skin really nicely, and you wake up feeling very hydrated. So I definitely love this product. There's like legit the window right there, and it's like it's snowing. It's actually snowing. So back to my skincare. The next product I have is a face mask. So in general this year I have been really into sheet masks, but nothing really in particular. I've just been trying out lots of different ones, and yeah, I mean, I just really like sheet masks because they're super easy to use. But other than sheet masks, the one mask that I have really enjoyed using this year is from Belif, and it is their First Aid Transforming Peel Off Mask. Now this mask, it does peel off, but it doesn't peel off in like one whole sheet. It is a little bit like glue. Like, you remember when you were little and you put like Elmer's glue in your hand and it like peeled up in pieces? It's very similar to that. So I do recommend using this on a day where maybe you're gonna like wash your hair later on, because the little pieces can kind of like pile up and like get into your hair, and it gets kind of annoying. But what it does for your skin is totally worth the annoyance of like peeling this stuff off. It just leaves your skin feeling super, super soft and smooth. And the whole point of this, I'm almost out. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's just a very white sort of cream, if you will. And it just, you put it on your face, you let it sit for like 20 minutes or so until it dries, and then you can like peel it off. And this is really good for tightening your skin, and also smoothing out your skin. So this is a really great mask. I highly recommend it. If you like peel off masks, I think that you will definitely like this. Hey, I think we're on to makeup now. So lots of makeup to talk about, and I think I'm gonna talk about maybe some like eyeshadows first. We will start with that. So as far as eyeshadows go, I used a lot of MAC this year, and also one palette in particular I sort of used most of the year. So I made this little palette myself. This is just from MAC, a bunch of MAC shadows, and these were like my most used. These were my most used eyeshadows this year. As you can see, I'm basically out of this shade here, which is Brulee from MAC, and I basically use this every single day to set my what is it called? Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which is another favorite of mine. I didn't bring it with me in here, but that's just like a tradition, like just standby, like always use. You know, it's just always there. So this has been my sort of setting eyeshadow for that. I have really been enjoying. And then this shadow here, which is Rule from MAC as well, has been sort of that crease transition shade I've been loving in order to just sort of like pop a little bit with my blue eyes. I've really been enjoying that. And then the next one that I've been using a lot of is this one here, and this is Texture from MAC. So those have been sort of my three favorite MAC eyeshadows that I've used this year. My favorite eyeshadow palette that I used this year was the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced, and honestly this is just such a gorgeous palette. I just really loved it. I think ever since I got it, I used it like every day for like 6 months straight, like literally every single day. It smells really good. It smells like kind of sweet. I mean, I don't know if it really smells like peaches because I don't really eat peaches, but this is the eyeshadow palette, and as you can tell, I hit pan on several of these shades here and made quite a few dents in them. I would have to say that White Peach was like one of my favorite highlight shades this year. I used it a lot. And then Peaches and Cream was another really good, just like all over setting shade. And then I enjoyed using the shade Luscious and Bellini, which is that one right there. And then Puree and Summer Yum, which are these two shades right here, were also really great shades for the crease. So overall, this was my favorite palette this year. I think that it's definitely worth it. You can still pick this up, and I highly recommend it. So the other eyeshadow I want to talk about is from Julep, which I know this looks super messy right now, but they have a lot of makeup and skincare and nail care at Julep. They are a really great brand. They are a little bit more visible now. I've been a subscriber to their Julep box like for the last, I don't even know, like 5-6 years. It's ridiculous. It's been a really long time. And this shade here is one of my favorites. This is the shade Cinnamon. And really, I just don't own anything else quite like this shade. It just makes my eyes pop so much when I wear it. It's just a beautiful shade. It's very coppery. It's very warm. Has been a favorite shade. I use it on its own and I'll just like blend it up, just a really light sort of dusting. It just made for like a super easy eye look, and I don't own anything else like it. I have not found another similar eyeshadow, so this one has been a favorite. I do like the other shade in here. It is nice, but this one is definitely my go-to shade. So the other sort of eyeshadow product that I like is these sticks, the Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks from Bobbi Brown. I have several colors of these, but really this one is my favorite. This is the shade Dusty Mauve, and it really is a beautiful sort of purpley mauve color that is just super easy to put on. These are the quickest eyeshadow products that you can possibly get. I mean, you just blend it out over your eye and, you know, you can put some mascara on and you're out the door. So this is my go-to super quick eye look. So the last eye products I have are glitters, and really Stila and Urban Decay were like my go-to for glitter. I mean, they just came out with some really great glitter products over the last year or so, and I just think that they hit it out of the park. So for, let's see, for Urban Decay, trying to get them out of my little bag here. So Urban Decay has these Moon Dust, liquid Moon Dust eyeshadows, and they are beautiful, glittery, sort of duochrome. And my two favorites are the shade, favorite colors this year were Solstice, which is this shade here. Let's see if I can focus. If you can't tell, I love these like sort of warm toned colors. So that is one, and then the other one is Kim Trail, which is this nice white shade, kind of like beigey gold color. I just put it on top of another shadow, but that's okay. So it's that one right there. And these are just beautiful foiled kind of glittered eye looks that are stunning. They stay all day. I really love them. And then from Stila, you have all of these, which are the Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows, which I think they're all the same. Yeah. So these are 3 colors that I have here. I have some more that are in my collection. These are really beautiful glittery eyeshadows. My favorite one would have to be the Rose Gold Retro, which is just a really pretty rose gold pink with gold sort of flecks of glitter through it. These are just, oh, they go on so nice. So beautiful. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Just stunning, lots of glitter. Apply best when you use like a glitter glue with them so the glitter doesn't get everywhere, but these are a total dream if you love glitter. I'm telling you, you have to try these out. A special mention on the glitter front is the glitter eyeliners from Tarte. I really loved these because they came with like a metallic kind of shimmer and then your glitter on this end. There's 3 colors. You have your rose gold, your silver, and your yellow gold. And these really are awesome for doing little eyeliner, or even I've used them all over the lids. They work really nicely as well. I want to talk about eyeliner and some mascara. And my favorite eyeliner this year was hands down the Tarte Maneater eyeliner. This is just the best eyeliner. It applies super fluidly, so you can see how nice that tip is. It just gives you such a nice line, and it goes on super easily. You can get that like flick of a cat eye without getting super messy. It's just really easy to use. It really is just an amazing eyeliner. One of my other girlfriends, she like loves this as well and swears by it. So if you haven't tried this one out, I highly recommend it. And then for my mascara, I am a tried and true Tarte mascara fan. I love their Lights Camera Lashes. It's like the best mascara ever. It's always a favorite. It never goes out of style. You can always count on it. But I wanted to bring up a couple of new mascaras that I tried this year that I really loved as well. And another one from Tarte, and it's the Tarteist, and I really enjoy this one. And I've really been enjoying this one because it's just a very dark formula. So it just makes my lashes that extra dark kind of black, and it really helps separate out whatever other mascaras I happen to have on my eyelashes, because I really love sort of building up different mascaras to give me the look I want. So this one is really great. This is more of a like end of the year find for me, and I will definitely be repurchasing it this year. So 2 other mascaras that I found this year that I really loved were both from Lancome, and one is the Cils Booster XL and the other one is the Definicils mascara. So these are the 2 right here. And one is like your base mascara. It's that white sort of mascara that helps to thicken your lashes before you apply a darker one. And then this one is your traditional mascara, but it just has a really small wand. So this is what the white mascara looks like. It does build the thickness of your lashes up really well without having to pile on lots of like regular mascara that can get a little bit clumpy. And then the other Lancome mascara, the Definicils, I like this one because it has such a small wand that you can really get down to the root of your lashes and wiggle it out and really like build up the length of your lashes while also sort of like separating them out. And this makes for a really great bottom lash mascara as well. You can get into those bottom lashes and separate them out really nice. Mascaras would have to be like my favorite for most of the year, I feel like. So next we are going to go into the foundations that I loved in 2017, and I have a few to talk about. And the first one I'm going to say I used for, well, really there was two foundations that I used for most of the year. I tried a few other ones, but these were the two that were just like standout, tried and true foundations for me. So the first one that I used for like the first half of the year was the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, and this one was amazing. This is the shade 5 Fair, and this is a really great foundation. It gives you really full coverage. It wears for a long time. I can wear it all day to work and it doesn't really budge. And it just blends out really nice and looks like natural on the skin at the same time. So I really loved using this one. I had two shades that I would combine. One for whenever it was a little bit warmer and I was a little bit more tan, and then one for when I was a little bit paler. And then the other foundation was the YSL All Hours foundation, and this is the up to 24-hour flawless matte full coverage. And this one was really a standout for me this year. It really is full coverage, and when it says that it's 24-hour wear, I mean, I don't wear foundation for 24 hours, but if I did, I would say this probably would wear that long because it does not budge on me. And I have oily skin, so I wore this like starting in the summertime when it was really hot here in Houston, really muggy and things, you know, your foundation just tends to kind of melt off in that sort of climate, and this would always stay put on me. So this one was definitely probably more of a favorite than this one, but I really did enjoy using both of these in 2017. And then an honorable mention, I guess, if you will, is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. So this one is also a really great full coverage, long wearing foundation if you're looking for a stick formula. The only reason why this isn't like as much of a favorite of mine is because you do go through it fairly quickly, whereas these, although, you know, this doesn't have a ton of foundation in it, you don't need a lot of it to get a full coverage look. So again, those were my favorite foundations for 2017. And I guess I could have gone like the other way around, but primers, because typically you put a primer on first. But the primers this year that I liked were the Kanan Austin Prime & Protect Mattifying Primer. And this is just a really great primer. It helps to fill in any of those pores that you feel like are enlarged, or if you have any texture, it helps smooth that out. It also has a little bit of coloring to it, so it sort of evens out your skin tone, if you will. And this just keeps your face matte all day long, and it just provides a really nice base for whatever foundation you're applying on top of it. It is a little bit pricey, but you don't need a lot of it to get the effect that you're looking for. Okay, so the next primer, and I'm sorry guys, I feel like this video is going to be forever long, so if you've made it this far, I appreciate you for watching. After the primers, we have concealer, and then we have our blushes and bronzers and lip products. So I'm trying to push through this as quickly as possible without rushing too much. So the next two primers are the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I really enjoyed using this one as just a spritz all over my face before I would use my more like mattifying primer. And then the more recent primer find for me is the Milk Makeup. This is their Blur Stick, and I think that this works really nicely. It fills in pores really well, and it just does a really nice job of smoothing out my skin. So this one has been like the last couple of months I have used this and really enjoyed it. Now we're going to talk about our concealers, and I only have two concealers to talk about this year. The first one is going to be no surprise because I'm pretty sure it's everybody's favorite, and that is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have the shade Light Neutral, and this just gives you the most full coverage, you know, that you could possibly imagine. And towards the end of the year, I picked up the YSL All Hours Concealer, and this is the like matching concealer to the foundation that I just spoke about. And I actually really love this stuff. So I think more recently I've been enjoying it more than the Shape Tape, because the Shape Tape has a tendency to be a little bit thicker and it goes on a lot heavier, whereas this one has just as good of coverage, I feel like, but it has a little bit smaller of an applicator and not as much product gets on your face, and you don't feel as like caked on. Overall though, these are the two go-to concealers for me that I have been really loving this year. Bronzer wise, I kind of used a lot of bronzers this year. Nothing really stood out to me more than any other bronzer. I just haven't found any like holy grail bronzer. If you guys have a suggestion for something to try out, you know, let me know down in the comments. But the one item that is technically a bronzer that I wanted to talk about is this from Physicians Formula, and it is the Butter Bronzer. And this was a favorite of mine for doing my contouring. I think I purchased this in the summer, and I heard about it here on YouTube. And it just has the perfect shade for contouring for me. I feel like with a small brush, just going underneath your cheekbones and sort of like doing your T-zone and nose, with this product was the easiest thing for me to do this year. It blends out really nicely. It's very smooth formula, and the shade itself is just the perfect shade for me. It's not too dark. It's not too light, it's not too orange, it's not too red. It's just a really nice sort of neutral that kind of has maybe a little bit ashier of an undertone to it. So it's great for contouring your face. So if you haven't tried this one out, I would definitely recommend it. It's Physicians Formula. It is drugstore. I know Physicians Formula is a little bit pricier for a drugstore, but it still is an affordable range compared to more high-end products. The blushes that I loved this year that I want to talk about, I have a couple of blushes. I've really been into more corally shades this year. The first one I want to talk about is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Blush Trio in Peachy Love. And I really loved this shade right here, which is called Nectarine. And I would even blend all three of them together, and they just were really nice peachy shades. I don't know why, I just really prefer those peachy corally shades, and this was a good set. It has three. They do have a little bit of shimmer running through them, but not a ton. So that was a really great find for me this year for blushes. An honorable mention for another coral one is Coralista from Benefit, and this one is a really nice peachy shade. It has more of a sort of like shimmery iridescent tint to it, so it's kind of like a really nice topper to put on top of other maybe like matter formulas of blushes. I think that this is really nice as well. And then the last blush I wanted to talk about is whenever I'm feeling a little bit over like the coral and all of those peachy shades and I just want something really girly and just like a really pretty pink, I found from Dose of Colors, and this was part of their Mint For You collection, and this is the blush in the shade Statement. It is a really pretty pink color that has a very smooth finish and it just blends out like a dream. It's very girly, very like bright kind of pink that just pops on your cheeks, especially when you have like a nice tan. So those were the blushes that I really reached for the most in 2017. Last but not least, we're going to talk about lip products. And for me this year, I really was into more glossy lips. I just cannot wear the matte lip trend. It doesn't look good on me. My lips are just not plump enough. They get dried really easily and they just look like a hot mess when I wear matte lips. But if I do wear a matte lip, I definitely prep my lips first with a moisturizer, and the moisturizer that I've been going for this year is from the Glam Glow. This is their Wet Lip Balm treatment, and it's just a little silver ball, and then on the inside you have this little pot of lip moisturizer. And this has been my saving grace this year. I've used it quite a bit. I will pop it on in the morning when I'm getting ready, throughout the day. If I am going to wear a matte lip, then I will put this on underneath it, just to give a little bit more moisture to my lips. This has been my favorite sort of like lip treatment, lip moisturizer, lip balm type product this year. So my favorite lip liner products this year, I have two to talk about. The first one being the Buxom Plump Liner, and my favorite one is the one Hush Hush. I have another one in the shade White Russian that is a lighter shade, but this one was more of my everyday sort of color that I would go for. It's just a nude mauve color that you can wear under a lot of different shades, a lot of different products. Also on its own, but they have this like really nice thick pencil, and then on the other end you have a brush that you can just go in and blend it out. And so you can mix these with other products and blend them, or you can fade them into that whole like ombre lip thing. But either way, this was definitely a go-to for me. I wore it most of the year underneath any lip product because I kind of go for the more like nude lips. So this was a great product for me. Lip liner was from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is her Lip Sheet lip pencil in the shade Pillow Talk, which is like an iconic product from Charlotte Tilbury. You can tell it's this one right here. It's a little bit lighter than Hush Hush, a little bit more pink, and it also glides on really nicely and wears all day underneath any lip product you're going to be wearing. And finally, my favorite other like lip gloss products that I used this year were from YSL. And in general, I just feel like YSL was my favorite lip product brand. They just make great lip glosses, lipsticks. I just am always drawn to their lip products, and this year I felt like I reached for their products most out of my like lip drawer. And I just grabbed a few to talk about. I love these, which are the, I don't know how you say their names. This one is like a plumping one that I really liked this year, and it's just kind of a very light pink kind of clear shade that I wore a lot. And it has that plumping in it, so your lips feel nice and juicy. And then this one was in the shade 7, and this was like the perfect nude lip color. And I really felt like it went on very thin on your lips, so you don't feel like you have a lot on your lips. They're not sticky. This isn't matte by any means, but it's not necessarily like super shiny. It's definitely a more satin sort of formula, but it just wears really well. They also have a stain formula. I have like a red one that if you are doing red lips, the stain is great because even though it may wear off, your lips will still have a little bit of that red tint color to it. So I really loved these products from YSL. My go-to gloss this year was also from YSL, and this is the Volupte Tint in Oil, and this is what it looks like. It's just a beautiful clear pinky kind of color. It's like a lip oil, so it feels very hydrating on your lips. It's very glossy on your lips. It does wear off relatively fast, but you know, you just pop it back on and it just gives you those really like juicy, glossy lips. Here, I'll put some on right now. How like glossy that makes your lips like so glossy. I love this product. And it's super easy. It smells kind of like juicy a little bit, like a little fruity smelling, so it smells good. It's very like conditioning on your lips, and it makes your lips look super glossy and juicy. So this was my favorite sort of gloss type product for this year. And I feel like that was everything. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking through all of that. If you guys think I missed any products that were real standouts this year, be sure and let me know down in my comments. Let me know what your favorites were. If you have suggestions for this year for me to try out, any new video ideas as well, I would love to hear from you all. And I hope that you all have a really great 2018. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!